But for those of you who don't know, this is what your boy Charlie Kirk said today. Or was it today? I guess it was today.
And that's why I think this United story and the DEI story hits so hard, because we've all been in the back of a plane when the turbulence hits, or when you're flying through a storm and you're like, I'm so glad I saw the guy with the right stuff and the square jaw get into the cockpit before we took off, and I feel better now thinking about that.
No, I mean, like, you want to go thought crime? Like, I'm sorry, if I see a black pilot, I'm going to be like, boy, I hope he's qualified.
Well, that's the you wouldn't have done that. You wouldn't have. You wouldn't have done that before.
That's not an immediate.
No, you wouldn't have done that before.
That's not who I am. That's not what I believe.
It is the reality the left has created.
It's not who I am. You just said it, motherfucker. Like, it's not who I am. This is not what I believe. You just said that. That's what you would think. So how is that not who you are or what you believe, Charlie? Clearly, that's what you are and what you believe. You done drank the Kool-Aid so bad that now you see any black person in a position of like responsibility, you automatically thinking that this motherfucker's supposed to tap dance with a goddamn broom.
They're not qualified.
Yeah,
that's what he was getting at, right? They're not qualified. They just got them in there on an airplane. Now the airplane. My dad's into that piloting stuff.
You hope they're qualified if they're running a Ferris wheel at the local fucking carnival. That's when you hope they're qualified. Charlie.
Yeah, they got overqualifications if they're an airline pilot. That book, have you seen some of those books? Like, the books are thick. They're like, you gotta read books like this thick, and you gotta stay up to date. You gotta know all the little verbiage to talk with the tower.
Right.
It's a lot of stuff. My dad's a pilot.
You hope right. Like it's like, clearly if you're a pilot, you've done it. You know what I mean?
You got to have all those hours. It's like 1,300 hours or more that you got to sit. Not only do you got to do the flight simulator, you got to put in hours on the flight simulator. Then you have to go put it in the little planes, the little Cessnas and all that stuff. You got to fly all kinds of stuff. You work your way up.
Exactly. Yeah, here you go.
Just
Massa Charlie. I hope they're my gosh, I hope Tyrone's qualified. You see his arm tattoos? Like, really, though?
Did you? Unc and HJ had really good. What was the bars that Unc had? Right? Did you hear it?
No, I didn't hear what Unc said.
Shoot, I can't repeat it word for word. Maybe the chat's got my back, but Unc, he was whatever. He was on point, and so was HJ. I hope the chat can put it in there what they said exactly toward the tail end of it. Oh, that black pilot's more white than Charlie Kirk if you're ever to be flying the plane. How many black folks do you know sitting there saying, when I grow up, I want to be an airline pilot? You hear about, I want to be a rapper, I want to be a football star, NFL,
Right.
I want to be the QB. I want to be the I want to be the next Jordan. I want to be the next Braun. Something like that. You hear that a lot though, everywhere you go.
Yeah,
my son is talking about he wants to be a police officer.
The one that don't want to go to jail. Jail? Ah!
Oh, not that little one.
Oh
man.
But Charlie Kirk tripping, like why would you say that? Like, it's like you don't say that out loud. Like that. Like, I don't know what he thought that he was kind of like who was going to back that. Like, oh, clearly your boy Brandon Tatum was like, Charlie Kirk's 100% right. Like,
was he?
No, yeah, Brandon Tatum said
board.
That shit. Yeah, he was on board with it. Of course he was on board with it. Charlie Kirk used to write him a check.
No, you can't. Oh, I see. Yeah, but you can't. Like Jonas said, like DEI and deity and deist and all that stuff. You can't God level your way into the airline pilot.
No, you can't. Maybe flight attendant. You might have got your job because you knew somebody or because you was black and you flight attendant. If you can't teach a motherfucker to pull the fucking the ripcord on your inflatable floaty, like, right, you know what I mean? Like, you might have got okay. But pilot,
you gotta put in work.
You gotta put like no, I'm not gonna show up. Canada Hotep ain't showing up to United Airlines or Spirit for that matter, and go I'm trying to get that I'm trying to get that pilot position.
And you can't get that spot either in the oil field either. So I knew a guy that came straight out the pen, and he was the only black guy that got hired on at the in the oil field around out here at one of our big derricks. You got to work hard out there. You got to pull pipe and all. Pause.
Pause.
You gotta run hard. It's a rough job. It's that's why they call it roughnecking. It's a rough job. You be covered in dirt. Like it could be snowing, it can be hailing, a tornado can be coming. You gotta be out there getting that oil and getting, like it's not a job that where you could flub your way into it and just be a DEI hire, and neither is the airline industry. It's certain jobs out there that you just can't. You gotta show and prove.
Exactly. Like
one of them.
First off, what the fuck is going on with Charlie Kirk's hair? Charlie Kirk looked like a newborn. His hair looks like a newborn baby. Like he looks like he looks like Baby Huey. First off, Charlie, let it go. I don't know what the fuck you trying to do with your hair here. You look crazy.
They're like little kids. Yeah. Like HJ said, these are like little kids. These are not the grown men.
Charlie looked like he looking for. Charlie looked like he in his terrible twos.
Right. They got temper tantrums.
Oh my gosh, yo. Charlie looked like he in his terrible twos, yo. That shit is hilarious. 18 months Charlie Kirk hair age. Yo, but you're right though. It takes a lot to become a pilot. To think that they're just going to fucking skirt past this shit like fucking like a bus driver, is asinine to say. And like I get where he's going with it. I get he's talking about all of these
like
jobs
the
left
out here
is
pushing this, that, and the third.
Right.
But
equity. I get it, but come on.
This just shows you the fact that they don't know the culture. They don't know anybody other than that little circle that they got right in there. A little kid-minded circle that they got going. They don't know anybody.
I mean, I don't know about you, but when I walk down the street, I hope that black man doesn't have a Glock with a switch in his dip. You know what I mean? Like it's like, come on, Charlie.
I'm pretty. Yeah, that's where they're at.
That's what it is. It's like now
because they were co-signing. They were co-signing this rather than one person being amongst them that was like, nah, what are you talking about?
Right.
You know the qualifications that you have to go through.
He fucking around been a fucking combat vet. He might have flown more tours than anybody. You don't know, Charlie.
Yeah.
Now if he a black pilot on Spirit, I might have to agree with Charlie.
This niggas need to relax and take notes.